Hi, my name is Justin, and today I'm going to be talking about the dangers of driving while texting or driving while talking on the phone. So, before I begin, I would like to ask everyone two important questions for my lecture. Does anyone here text and drive? And if the answer is yes, just please raise your hand. And does anyone here talk on the phone while driving? All right. Most people I've talked to, most people I know, myself included, have talked on the phone at least once, have sent one quick text message while driving, and it's very common, and it's a common issue in our culture and in the US itself. And one of the dangers of texting while driving is that you can get into car accidents, you can hurt someone really badly, or you could even kill someone. And those damages that you can leave on yourself and on your property, on your car, and on other people and or their property are astronomical. And for example, 1 out of 4 car accidents in the US are caused by texting and driving. And this is a serious issue. 25% of the accidents can completely be gone if none of us texted while driving or talked on the phone while driving. That is an enormous amount of people. That's an enormous amount of money that can be saved and put elsewhere if you just avoid being on your phone at all entirely in the car. And texting or talking on the phone while driving is especially a huge problem for the youth of America, for young drivers. Teens are much more likely to text while driving rather than an older adult. And a lot of teens will argue that, yeah, I text and drive, but I'm good at it. I'm focused on the road. And even teens that are good at texting and driving still are not performing as well as they should be while driving if there was no phone involved. So, for example, if a teen is driving from a friend's house to another friend's house, and let's just say the drive is 20 minutes, 10% of that time, if they're also texting while driving, 10% of that time they spend looking away from the road, and looking away meaning they will end up in the opposite lane. 10% of the time those teenagers are in the opposite lane or off to the side of the road while driving. And that's a lot of time where a car could be coming, where a person could be walking that you don't see because it could be nighttime. It's very dangerous. And in 2018, 2,841 people were killed in motor vehicle accidents due to cell phone usage, whether that is texting or talking on the phone. And another astonishing fact and statistic is that 21% of teens were involved in a fatal crash was a result of their cell phones, was because of their phones. So 21% of crashes, that's a lot. That's a number that we can completely get rid of if you make the choice when you get in the car, I'm not going to use my phone. So to avoid this, what you can do is you can text. You can text before you get in the car. You can call someone before you get in the car. But once you're driving and in the car, you should not be on your phone because the dangers are so huge. So people need to stop texting and driving and talking on the phone because there's so many alternatives to doing this. You can pull over to the side of the road. You can wait 20 minutes to call or text someone if it's important. You can even wait at a red light. I know that's horrible. I know it's still texting and calling and driving, but it's still safer than going 55 miles an hour down a highway. And when you text and drive, you go great distances because you're distracted and you're on your phone, and you could have moved a lot already if your car's going 55 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, or even 80 on a highway. You go really far and you're distracted and you're texting, whereas if you're going 25 miles an hour and you're texting, you're going to go less distance. But equally, it's still very, very dangerous. But to play the devil's advocate and argue where it's really not that dangerous is sometimes you really have an important message that you have to send out to someone. Or let's say you're in a fight with your spouse or your loved one and you're texting them and it's a texting fight, or you're calling them on the phone and you're arguing But you also have to drive places. Let's say you're going to work and you're arguing on the phone. There Sometimes you just have to talk on the phone when you're driving. You just have to. Or sometimes you just have to get a quick text out while you're driving. Let's say your mom is making dinner and you really need to text her an ingredient to pick up at the store, and you're driving and she needs to know right now because she's checking out. So you might have to send a quick text while driving. And most of the time there's not going to be a police officer over your shoulder. They're not going to be, oh, I saw you texting or calling and driving, that's a ticket, let me cuff you. The chances of that are very, very slim, and you can do it pretty successfully. Many people text and talk on the phone while driving and don't end up in accidents. Now, sure, there's a percentage of people that do, but a lot of people do it and are safe. So if I just do it this once or a few times, I'll be okay. And that's the devil advocate argument. Obviously, I do not agree with that argument because I know the dangers and the risks that I am taking, and I am putting other people's lives in danger. And that is more important to me than a quick text that I have to send to my mom or to my friend, or if I have to call someone really quick. I can wait 20 minutes to get to wherever I'm going, or I can pull over to the side of the road, answer text message, call. So it's not worth texting and driving at all, or talking on the phone and driving, when there are so many alternatives you can do, and you can just wait. So thank you for listening to my lecture, and to leave you all with something, it is important to not text and drive for your safety and for the safety of other people. Thank you.